Hey everyone, and welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. Also, make sure you guys follow For His Glory for the best jewelry, and LA Kush on Sunset. Make sure you use promo code Negra40 at the LA Kush Sunset location. Also, if you want to learn how to tattoo or you wanted to get a tattoo, follow and hit up Connect Inc. And guys, if you want to fix your hairline, hit up Finishing Touch SMP. On today's episode, we have Stalker. Welcome to Indicted TV.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
No, nice to meet you too. Welcome to Indicted TV. Stalker, tell us where you're from. I don't mean the gang. Where you grew up, your mom, dad, the inside of your house growing up.
Well, I'm from the city of La Habra in Orange County, California. I grew up a lot of places though. My mom, we traveled a lot. Like I've lived in Rolling Heights, I've lived in Arkansas, Tennessee, grew up in a lot of placements. In Riverside County, LA County, Orange County. But my home is La Habra, California.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you have brothers or sisters?
I have a lot of brothers and sisters.
From your mom.
From my mom and my dad's side. So they hooked up in high school for 3 months and I'm the result. And they live their lives separately and stuff. But yeah, I have family with brothers and sisters from both sides.
Oh, so you have a lot of brothers and sisters, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
You know,
it's cool.
Obviously,
I'm
they've
the
been
oldest,
there.
so.
Oh shit, you're the oldest.
It's a lot of responsibility, and I'm the mess up, so they have no one to look up to. No.
No, but hey, you're here, and you are gonna show them that people could change.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you were bad, but we make bad choices when we were younger, and now you're here. Thank God.
Yeah.
And you're gonna show them.
It's the biggest reason that I'm
Yeah.
changing for.
So you grew up in La Habra area everywhere. You have a lot of brothers and sisters. Did you finish junior high, high school?
Junior high, I got kicked out of junior high for a lot of different things, but ultimately for fighting a school security guard. Went to juvenile hall when I got out.
How long did you go to juvenile hall for? Was that your first time?
That was my first time in juvenile hall was for tagging at 8 years old. I was in LA County.
Guess who?
Yeah. I only did like a couple of days till my first court date.
But you're 8 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you said you did a couple of days as an 8-year-old. Do you remember anything?
In the unit, I remember, the staff were like, "Oh, you're so cute. What are you doing in here? Like, you don't look like a bad kid." I was just a little kid. You know what I mean?
You
I
were
was
just
a little
right in
kid.
the walls being a little kid.
Yeah, being a little mocoso.
So you speak Spanish?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Un poquito. So 8 years old, you just got, and you didn't you weren't on probation or?
I was on probation out there in LA County. My probation office was in El Monte, El Monte courthouse. Yeah.
So at 8 years old, that is kind of a trip.
Yeah.
Like that's intense.
Yeah, it was a little scary.
I'm sure. Like nobody tried to be mean to you, like the guys.
In the hall.
Because I'm sure you were super small.
They did. There were some that jokingly, "Hey man, don't come over here again, or we're gonna beat you up when I get out," stuff like that.
So in that way, not like, hey,
not try to punk me or nothing like that. Yeah.
Oh, that was kind of sweet, right?
Yeah,
your ass didn't for sure.
No, placement ruined me.
You said placement. A lot of people say that. So from there, you went where? You got out and you were with your mom, obviously.
I was living with my dad for a little while, and then my mom got out of prison, and I went to live with my mom again in La Habra.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom was in prison as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a relationship with your mom?
Yeah, it's cool. Like I love my mom. I understand a whole lot more of her story now, and why things were the way they were when I was a kid because of living this life myself now. So there's a lot more empathy and a lot more understanding now between us.
Oh, and you're young still. I'm sure she's young. I'm sure.
She was young when she had me. So.
And that's good though that you guys are able to at least you guys could now. I mean, not bond about it, but like you said, you understand her. As why she not why she did the things that did or why she went to prison, but the aspect of damn, my mom wasn't here because, and now you understand.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yeah.
It's good now. And back then, obviously, no. But so What happened? You were living with your dad. Your mom got out of prison.
I was getting into some trouble, some more, like a lot of trouble, actually, a lot of fights at school and stuff like that. I was living in Rolling Heights, was going to school in La Puente because they had kicked me out of the district in Rolling Heights. And my dad and his family were moving to Vegas. They had bought a house in Las Vegas. So he gave me an ultimatum, like, your mom's getting out. You can go move with her, or you can go to boot camp for a year and then come back with the family. What kid's gonna want to go to boot camp?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And at my mom's house, I could do whatever I wanted. Like, nobody tripped. Like, my house was the spot. Yeah. So no one tripped off me. Like, I'll go with my mom. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so really, like, the last time I seen my dad until a couple nights ago.
Oh. So from that day, you went to your mom's and you didn't see your dad anymore till a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't know, but you've only been out for
about 15 days.
Wow. And
May 28th. I got out May 28th.
Here.
Yeah. It's all surreal. We've been at a couple car shows. We were at Homeboy Industries the other day in LA, and like all kinds of people are like, "Hey, you're that guy that just got out. Like, you're what?"
But it's like, you know what amazes me? That you're just out, bro, and you're like here, and you seem so calm. Like, I mean, you're calm and you're open to come share your story on camera. Like, after I don't know how long you did, because obviously I haven't asked you, but we're gonna get there. You know, I'm still kind of like, yo, this got out, and he's like 15 days, super fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're calm.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, you're not fucking. I love that. Okay, so you were at your dad's, you were getting into trouble, you went to your mom's. What happened?
From there, I had my cousin, she was dating a guy from my neighborhood. He was living at my house. That's her baby dad now. But so I used to hang out with him. I used to go to the neighborhood, and I met like a lot of my homies before they even knew who I was. I was just his little cousin or whatever, you know what I mean?
You were small.
Yeah, I was small. So I would hang out with them and stuff. I went to juvenile hall for the assault on the security guard or whatever.
This is the
in Orange County Juvenile Hall now. So I go to Orange County Juvenile Hall now, and I go to camp, and there's a lot of guys from the rival gang in the camp I'm at. Yet. No, I'm not from the gang, but
you're
they've known it. They've known that I've kicked it with them. They've seen me there before when stuff happened or whatever. So they're assuming like, oh, he's future this, you know? When
you were banging hard, even it's just how it
I
goes.
wasn't even banging. I was just kicking it and you know, backing up. Hey, something happens. These are the guys I'm hanging out with.
Yes,
got your back. You know, but I didn't really want to bang at that time. Honestly, I didn't want to be from a gang. I don't want to die. You know.
Yeah, I just want to go to jail.
Nah. I just, you know, more. A lot of stuff I was doing was like graffiti and stuff. I was more into the art. My dad's a tattoo artist, so I liked art. I've always been an expression of myself, being able to express my feelings. I'm not really good at talking, so.
You're amazing.
I'm trying.
You're doing good.
Yeah, so like I went to halls. I told them, you know, I'm from La Habra, but I don't bang, whatever. Got to camp. These guys from the rivals are right there, like telling everyone, oh, he's ranking it. He's from this gang, woo woo. So I got mad, like, what? I ain't a punk. Like, just because, like, what the hell? I'm just here. And my bunkie at the time tells me, like, hey, these guys are saying that you're from this gang. Is it true? Like, you're my bunkie. I can't, like, kick it with some punk, you know? And I was like, nah, that's not what it is. Like, my cousin's from there, my older cousin. I would go hang out, but that's not where I'm from. And he's like, all right, bet. I was like, but I'll get down with them.
Yeah,
like, you know, I'll fight them. And so he's like, all right, bet. So he went and talked to them. And there's 3 of them there from the rivals. So he had like 5 of his homies there. So he's like, look, he's going to get down with you all one-on-one. If you guys jump him, my homies are going to jump in. And so that's how it went. I got down with them, went down to in Orange County, when you get down in camp, they send you back to juvenile hall, back then at least, you know. So I get sent back to the halls for them to file on me. And I run into my homie, Spooky, and he's in the halls, and he sees me at visit. And he's like, what the?
Your mom used to visit you?
My mom used to visit me.
Oh, well, that's love.
And
she
his
understood,
mom,
huh?
Yeah, she understood.
Like, I gotta go visit my baby.
His mom visited him, and they just happened to sit us at the same table at visiting. So he sees me, he's like, what the heck are you doing in juvenile hall? I used to hang out with his sister a lot too. So he knew me around the house and stuff. And he's like, what the heck happened? I told him, I just got down with these guys up in camp. He's like, what? You're already getting down with them? You might as well make it official. And I thought about, like, yeah, might as well. They're already thinking I'm from there.
Yeah.
let's do it.
And
So
that's how it works. That's how the cycle goes.
the day I got released from juvenile hall, went to the hood and got jumped in.
So you thought you were a
No, my mom laughed at me too. It was so funny. I come home all bruised up, and I remember that she had told me when I got out, she's like clowning with me. You're not from Barrio Nowhere. Don't get crazy with me. Woo woo.
Oh, okay, your mom's down, huh?
Yeah, she's crazy. Oh, you think I'm crazy? She crazy. My mom so gangster, but yeah. She tells me that the next day I come all bruised up, and she's like, "What the heck happened?" I tried to tell her I fell off a bike, and she keeps pushing my buttons. So I was like, "You know what, Mom? You know, I'm from the hood now," and she's like, "You're a dumbass," you know.
I'm sure she was upset, but I mean, it is what it is now, right?
It is what it is, yeah. But yeah, that's what happened.
You were honest. So what happened from then?
I was on the streets for a little while, maybe like 6 months or so, and I got arrested again for stabbing a rival gang member.
Okay.
I was about 13.
Oh, you were young.
Yeah. And I went away for a couple years in juvenile hall.
So you did it just 3 years, a couple of years, and
About 4 years straight.
okay, and you were just in the halls?
Yeah, they tried to send me to YA, to youth authority, but I had a really good public defender. She got my attempted murder dropped to assault with a deadly weapon.
Oh, good. So basically, you were fighting the case for all those
The whole
for
time,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
And
And how were those years for you there?
it was a trip. I think right there is where I really got institutionalized during that time. You know, like I wasn't afraid of getting arrested no more. There was like, no one could tell me anything. You know, there's no rules or boundaries for me no more. You know, and there's no fear, nothing no more after
Especially
that.
because in juvenile hall, all you do is just fight.
And I was the only one really from my neighborhood at the time in the hall. So like every time I was running into enemies, it's just me doing.
And you said you were 13, so when you got out, you were already kind of like 16?
I was about to turn 18 when I got out.
Oh.
Well, I was already 18. I was already 18 when I got out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically all your teenage years you spent
In juvenile hall,
in
yeah.
juvenile hall. And your mom was there for you. Did you have any like pen
She was
pals?
there mostly. Yeah, I had a couple. Yeah, you know.
Because you were able to be able to see the girls there.
Yeah, I had a couple of my homegirls stayed in touch with me, and then you know, some homies from different cities and stuff would be like, "Hey, you got a homegirl? I got a homegirl for you," and you know.
Yes.
It'll go like that.
Well, that's cool. So, I mean, it's not cool, but it's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And you
Gets
worked
the
out?
time. Passes
yeah,
the
pass
time.
And you worked out your little time when you were there?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we would get the decks of cards and whatever the number was, how many push-ups we would do, and go through the whole deck and stuff like that. You know.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So tell me, in those 4 years, those years, which is all your juvenile, all your teenage years, what would you say was like the craziest thing you saw? Because what juvenile hall did you do all those years?
In Orange County, Juvenile
Orange
Hall.
County.
Yeah. I went to all the camps. I opened up they only have one camp left now, but I was one of the first 30 kids that opened it up, called YLA, the Youth Leadership Academy. I was one of the first 30 kids that opened it up.
How was that?
It was cool. They took all the worst kids that got kicked out of all the other camps that couldn't go back, and they put us right there to try to like form us. And
That show was a mess, huh?
it was a mess. Yeah, it was a mess.
So, again, what was the craziest thing? Even if it comes even from like staff, like you've seen staff like, you know, just be mean.
Probably a guy that was really cool with in my unit. He hung himself in the unit and killed himself. Yeah.
That sucks. It happens a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Because I've had maybe like 3 different guys and they've experienced something like that, and there's like nothing you could do about it, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
Everything else is more common, you know, fights and taking off on staff and all that good stuff. But that was like, whoa, someone killed themselves?
Yeah,
What the heck?
That was extreme.
Yeah.
What was the nicest thing you experienced in your teenage years in the halls?
In the halls? One of the supervisors in the unit, like the last year I was there, he used to be one of the staff in one of the placements I was in. And I didn't recognize him when he came in, but he recognized me right away. And he kind of took me not as under his wing, but he took an interest in me. And like, hey, you know what? I'm going to make sure that you get your school packets when you're locked down in the cell. I'm going to make sure that you get your visits. I'm going to make sure stuff, you know, he went out of his way to help me.
And especially because you were there for a long time. Wait, let's take it back, because you did say you feel like placements messed you up. And we never told me about any placements that you were in. At what age were you at the placements?
First placement was, I think, 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8.
Was it before your first juvenile hall experience?
Yeah, it was right before. It was right before, because I would AWOL and go home. I would AWOL from placement, run away, you know, and go home.
And what made you what led you to the placements though? Like,
My mom was on the run for her case. She took us out to Arkansas and then Tennessee. She got caught up.
That's what
and
happened.
got extradited. I was out there with my brother's dad, and I got into a little trouble out there, and he sent me on a plane out to California by myself.
you're fucking 7 years old, bro.
On a plane by myself. But they treated me good. They were cool. Like, all the stewardess were nice. The people on the plane were nice. But I landed, and my grandma she's like, I can't do it. I work all day. She dropped me off at Orangewood.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. That's like super sad.
Yeah, it was kind of sad.
I'm sorry that we had to like kind of bring it back, you know, but maybe talking about it makes you feel a little better in the future. I don't know, you know, but sometimes well, at least for me, I'm a talker. I feel like if you voice things that are hidden deep inside of us, might make you feel better a little bit, like
For sure.
to like let go of something that hurt a lot. Because bro, that shit fucking, I don't know, like I have a 5-year-old and I don't know, like I'm not even saying anything, but as a parent, to have your 7-year-old like, bro, on the plane by himself, like that is fucking heartbreaking, you know. And you're like so small, and you're this like small little güerito boy, you know, and you're just like lost by yourself. With no one.
With
like,
no one to look at.
with
Yeah,
no one. And that's like fucking, it's heartbreaking, you know, just because I could imagine, I could like picture you, and I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But
Thank
I can't
you.
help it. You know, I can't help it because I'm a mom and I care. You know, I'm just not here sitting here to like hear you talk. Like I feel, you know.
I appreciate that a lot,
And
actually.
I should just, but we've learned and you're strong now.
Yeah,
And,
survived.
you know, whenever you have kids, I don't know if you have any.
I don't have any
You
yet.
know, and God willing, He does give you kids at the right time. You
so.
know what you don't want to do to your babies.
Oh, for sure.
You know, because us, like me, I left my son as well. I went to prison and I left my son at 5, and I came home when he was 11. So it's like, I'm grateful that I was able to have my son now, and I don't want him to feel the same things my older son felt.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you're blessed to be out here now. And God, I'm sorry, man. I'm here.
Thank you. No, it's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like,
You know?
that's a lot. That empathy right there, it means a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you're right. Like, you know, I always thought about it being in there, like the bittersweetness of not having children. But I always promised myself when I did, I didn't want them to grow up like how I did without my dad or my mom. So, you know, I'm actually happy.
No, yeah, you're.
It's going to
super
happen
good.
when it's supposed to happen now.
Exactly. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, you're good. I didn't have my little one till I was like 37.
Okay.
I have friends that are like 42 and they were just having babies.
Oh, wow.
And you're a guy, bro. You can babies for a long time.
I see some. Yeah. You're right.
You got babies for a long time, you know. Girls are kind of a little different, you know.
Yeah. You guys have a timeline.
So you're 7, 8 years old, and you get in this plane, and your grandma says, "I'm sorry, I work. I'm taking you to this placement."
Yeah. I had never even met my dad yet at that time, so I grew up thinking my brother's dad was my dad, and no one ever like told me different, you know. So when I get there, you know, whatever, I go through the processing. I'm in the union. I'm like alive. It was really lonely. Like, it was really hard to think, like, dang, like, what the heck, my whole family left me here, you know. But within a couple months, the courts reached out to my dad, like, hey, your kid's in placement. He's a ward of the state right now. If you don't come to court in this next court date, he's gonna be here till he's 18. So till he ages out. So like as a kid thinking, dang, you know, who 7, 8 years old? You think 18 years old's forever. So they brought him, but they didn't tell me none of this stuff. I didn't know this was going on. I just remember getting pulled out the cottage one day, and my social worker's there, and I used to love when my social worker there because she's the only one that visited me. She'd bring me stuff and toys and stuff like that, you know. So I'm like all happy, and she's like, hey, I want to tell you something. I was like, what's going on? She's like, well, your dad's here to see you. And I'm all excited thinking it's my brother's dad. Like, he flew from Tennessee to come see me or whatever. My brother's here, and I'm gonna see my dad. And I walk into the room, and it's a guy I don't know, and I remember running out like, that's not my dad. Like, where's my dad at? And yeah,
You're a baby. What did your dad do?
He was actually really calm. I'm not gonna lie. Like, him his demeanor helped out a lot with me, like opening up and getting to like soak in the idea that this is my dad, you know. So my social worker, took me back in and sat me down with him on a couch and explained to me what happened, you know, this. And I was kind of quiet, but I just kept looking at him, staring. I remember staring at him like, okay, this makes more sense. Because my brother's blonde hair, blue eyes. And I always grew up thinking, like, why don't I look like my dad? Why does he look like my dad? You know, but I don't. But I always figure my mom is darker hair like me. So I was like, oh, I just look like mom. He looks like dad. But when I see my real dad for the first time and I'm staring at him, like, a lot of things made more sense to me, even as a kid, you know?
Wow. So did you go with him?
It took 2 years for them to finally let it. It was stages. Like, he would come, we would spend an hour together. Then it would go to like 2 hours, and then it would go to, they let him take me out for an hour from the placement. And then it would be, they would bring my brother and sister and his wife, and I would get to spend an hour with them and get to know them, get to know my brother and sister, get to know the wife. And then they got to I started getting to leave the placement with them too for an hour. I had my 8th birthday or 9th birthday with them at McDonald's. That was like the first time we got to go out together, everyone as a family. The placement let us go for like an hour. Had my birthday. And then, but I transferred from Orangewood and I went to a different group home called Starshine in Riverside County. And I started getting into a lot of trouble there. So for a little period of time, for a couple months, I didn't get to see my dad or nothing.
But he would make an effort to keep
Yeah, always. He was really about getting me out. He was.
That was good. I never knew that you had to go through that process, and you know, I thought that people would, oh, that's your dad, so here you go, like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My social worker was really for me, like
which was good.
Yeah.
Because who knows what she could have sent you to.
I wish I could remember her name because she was an angel. She was cool. She was cool.
So you got transferred and you started getting into these fights,
messing with the staff. Like, they put me in a house, like a real house this time. Like, it wasn't like a compound, like a school or whatever. It was like just a regular house, and they have like, I think 4 or 5 of us in there. We were homeschooled. The teacher would come to right there. We had toys and TV. We had like a backyard with like a little basketball court and a little like swing set and stuff like that. But like, it was still.
You're not home.
You
know it, because you guys know it within yourselves that this is not my home. Mm-hmm. Instead of like trying to make it, we kind of fight it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we don't know.
You don't know better.
You don't know. And by this time, you're already like 10 years old.
Yeah. That's close. Yeah, close. So I got sent back to Orangewood. They kicked me out of that placement. Sent me back to Orangewood. Because Orangewood's kind of like, if you look at it like prison, like the reception center. You're not supposed to be there for very long. I ended up spending almost 9 months that time right there because no placements wanted to take me. Even at that age, they were like, nah, he's a troublemaker. He got kicked out. Like,
but you really weren't a troublemaker.
The placement's hard. Like, even in Orangewood, like, I had a lot of problems there. They have this padded room in each cottage. It's just a room, like, about right where your TV's at. And it's all padded with blue padding. No windows, no toilet, no nothing. And they throw you in there when you're messing up. And they'll keep you there for days. And like, the more you act out, the more you're a threat. So they just keep you in there. Or the staff will come in if you try to hurt yourself, and they'll body slam you. Grown ass men sitting on you, couple men just sitting on you for hours. You know what I mean?
Did anyone hurt you before? Any of them hurt you?
Oh yeah, it happened. You know, but
can you do, huh?
You're a kid. You know, you can't defend yourself against grown ass men.
But look at your fool, you're out now. Yeah, right? This is like so much for me. Okay, so let's go back to, you know, you did your 4 years.
Yeah, juvenile hall, get out. Now I'm really like, I used to be really shy when I was younger. You probably won't believe it. No, a lot of people don't.
No, you have a little shyness in your eyes. Yeah, I can see it.
I was really shy. I could not talk to girls. I was really like in the background. But when I got out of juvenile hall, I was a whole different guy. Yeah, I was a whole different guy. Had my confidence. I was just like gung ho. You know, first day I was out, I was in my neighborhood on the block, and full force. You know, I remember. My friend that's here with me today, he would pull up on me in his car and like, hey man, like, aren't you on probation? Like, get the fuck home, dude. And I'd be like, you're crazy, you know what's up? I was just, my mind state was, I didn't love myself back then. I didn't care about myself.
You didn't know how. You didn't know how. Nobody, like, I mean, obviously nobody teaches you, but your lifestyle, the way you were living, like, no one being there, you didn't know how you didn't know because you didn't feel the love.
Yeah, I put all my love that I had for myself into my homies in my hood, That's all I had. That's it. That's all I wanted,
And that was okay.
At that time, yeah, it helped me get through at that time, So I was out about 5 weeks. And I went to prison again, a little 16-month with half term.
That was your first time going to prison?
Prison, yeah.
So tell me about your first time. What did you go to prison for? What did you get arrested for?
Possession of a loaded firearm.
Okay. And tell me about the first time you went to the county. Because you've never been to the county. This is a different thing. You've obviously been in the system your whole life. But it's not the same.
It was
different rules.
County jail was different back then. The system in a whole was real different back then.
And this is Orange County jail.
Orange County jail. So in Orange County back then, they used to give you wristbands. And most, like 99.9% of people that go for the first time, that's their first time in county, they get what's called a white band. It's like the lowest security level. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because of what I went to juvenile hall for or my record in juvenile hall, but they put me yellow band. Yellow band is mostly for the guys that been upstate to prison already, been doing time, all that good stuff. They threw me in there with them right away. So
you already knew.
Yeah.
That you were a little wild one.
Which was cool because I learned right,
Oh, good.
I learned right, and I had good homies next to me, taught me well. But it was a hard transition too because I come from 4 years of juvenile hall, fighting my enemies, just wilding out, doing what I want to do. Now I have to follow a structure, and it was kind of hard because I'm a knucklehead. I like to test the limits, and like what I can get away with and what I can't, you know what I mean? And so it was a little hard transition, but the homies had love for me. Like, man, this kid got hard. He's a good homie. He listens. He'll soak it in, and like, yeah, he's not afraid, you know what I mean? So they took me and they had a lot of patience with me, which was cool,
Yeah.
Make a homie, not break a homie.
You felt the love.
Yeah. They taught me everything I could learn in county jail, and then I got my time. I signed my deal, went up to prison. I actually wanted to go to prison. I was like, I want to see what prison's like, I did my time in Wasco the whole time. Maxed out my time in Wasco.
Which was what? How did you feel when you were in the bus? And you're
it's different.
There?
I thought, man, it's different. Like I thought I was ready in my head, like talking a good one in the mods and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm going upstate, But when you're on the bus with the fellas and you're pulling up to a prison, you see the towers and the gates, and you're like, dang, like I'm really right here. Like, what's gonna happen? Like it's just real, But it's just like anything else. You adapt. You just go through it. You know what I mean? And stripping out butt naked and with all the guys fucking going through through R&R. I was like, what? They're gonna make me strip? What the heck?
Because you didn't have to do that before.
Not in county, not in county, unless like they're like running up in your cell to do an investigation or something like that. But it's by yourself usually. They'll take you to a little side room, but like everyone just lined up, nuts to butts. Like that was pretty trippy.
But then you're just 18 years old.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit, the COs are just, you go here, you go there, woo woo. I'm like, dang, like it's a little overwhelming,
For sure. And your mom was still there for you.
At this time, my mom was still there for me. In my life, she was still in my life at that time. As much as she could be, she was still running the streets using and.
Got it.
But she would be there as much. She sent me like little stationary packets, write to me when she could and stuff,
Got it.
So yeah, I got sent to. At this time, it's my first time experiencing dorms. I got sent to, I think it's C Yard on the H1 building. So it's like a dorm. It's a dorm setting, which I don't like. I hate dorms. But, it was...
Because everybody's just all over the place?
Yeah, no privacy. No privacy whatsoever. Like everything, like everyone's in your face,
Yeah.
And there's nowhere to like just be you,
Yeah.
My brother used to think I was crazy because he would, whenever I go to a shoot, he'd be like, I bet you're going crazy. And I was like, nah, it's the most peaceful time in my life, like in here. But that's later on, But at that time, yeah, just being in a dorm was crazy. And I'm learning prison. So, the homies are teaching me, I remember my first yard, one of the Morenos gets into it with the COs and they start mistreating him. And just like my heart felt like I don't like bullies. I don't like stuff like that. So I seen them messing with him and I wanted to go run over there. And a homie grabs me. He's like, hey, bro, that's not our business. Like, leave that alone. I'm like, what? The pigs are messing with them.
Yeah,
like,
but you didn't know.
I didn't know better, you know? So I'm just learning the ropes. You know what I mean? Hey, these are our bars. They're bars. You know, walk with us. We work out. You know what I mean? Oh, man, they had me doing stuff that I thought I could work out. They had me doing pull-ups and dips. And I'd be coming home every day sore as heck. Like, next day, let's go again. You know? I'm like, these guys better build some. Yeah. It was cool, though. You know, it was cool experience getting to, like, experience that. Because that's the only time I've ever been on a lower level. Everything else has always been locked down, you know?
Yeah. So you're there. You said you only did like 16 months there, which is your first time, and you were at Wasco the whole time.
I did halftime, and the day they're releasing me in R&R, we're dressed out, ready to go home, in our clothes and everything, and the CO comes like, hey, you guys are going to go on the van in 10 minutes. But we're going to bring these Norteños and these Bulldogs and these PCs into the tank. That's cool. We're like, yeah, sure.
All bad.
Didn't go home that day.
Oh, no. They set you fools up, huh? That is terrible. That sucks. So what happened?
You know, just the homies like, hey, what are we going to do? Well,
no, I mean, we already know what happened. I mean...
Oh, they took me to the hole, gave me my ride up. They tried to violate me, but they couldn't because I never got paroled. So they just kept me there for the next 8 months. Like, they maxed out my term, like the second half of the 8 months.
Oh, that sucks.
That's it.
I'm so sad. I would have been super pissed. You know, who can you call? Like, we can't do nothing about it. Like,
and my mom had drove up there to pick me up and everything. My grandma, yeah, it's funny.
Oh, that is terrible. I would have caused chaos as a mother. Like, bro, get the lawyer right here, right now.
Like, you guys need a release.
My son should have been out. What is going on?
Right?
Know?
Yeah. And that's my mom too. She's cray. Yeah, she definitely put her foot down. She has no shyness.
No, I could already picture your mom's like, you know, like I already kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get the little feel. So yeah, it was a trip. But when I finally did get released, she came and picked me up again. Went home. I was only out 5 days that time.
This guy.
I caught a violation. I got jumped by some rivals on New Year's Eve.
Well, at least you were out for New Year's Eve, fool.
Yeah. It was an eventful New Year's Eve.
Tell me about because this is probably your only New Year's Eve out.
Yeah. So I was out. I was out for Christmas and New Year's that year. So because I was out about like 5-6 days or something like that. I don't know how long Christmas. About 5-6 days, right?
Yeah.
So New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Like
I got out the week. Christmas Eve. So I don't know, it was we were at a party, you know, New Year's Eve party. I was walking home, so I promised my mom I would be there when the ball drops at home. So like my girlfriend at the time was like, Ian, you promised your mom, like, let's go. I'm like, all right, let's go. And we're walking down the street, and there's some guys right there riding on a wall, and she's like, don't do it, just leave them alone, no one's gonna know.
Help yourself.
And I couldn't help myself. So I didn't know they had a bunch of kids in like a car, like more fools were waiting in a car. I just see these two guys. So where we start a fight, I end up getting jumped and stabbed. I go to the hospital, and when I woke up, the Harbor PD's right there questioning me, like, who did this to you?
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And he's like, man, quit playing stupid, man. Like, who did this to you? We know, was it and he's naming different rivals. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I literally just woke up. How you see these staples in my head? I don't know.
Oh, snap.
And I mean, I knew, but
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. So they want to be petty, and they're like, all right, well, we're going to violate you. All right, let's go. You know, they violate me. I'll go to Chino, which is cool. I got to experience Chino before it became what Chino is now, you know, when there's still violation yard and all that. And I did a 9-month flat violation.
How was that?
It was cool. It was cool. I like Chino.
What makes it cool?
The camaraderie. I like, yeah. That's where I got to experience, like, you know, the gallos and group workouts, mandatory group workouts on the tier, going to Palm Hall.
What is Palm Hall?
The hole, that's AdSeg.
Ah.
Back then, you go to Cypress first, and then they'll pull you to Palm Hall.
He said it's cool because he went to SEG this day way.
I mean, it's just,
I understand when you're in that, when it's like you know you have your prison career going on, and I understand it. But we're just talking about this. I'm like, oh my god, I like a mom, I can't help it,
Yeah. I mean, I'm half white. So everyone always called me a white boy growing up, which I'm pretty pocho. I don't speak Spanish very well, all that. But I mean, I'm half raza too. And growing up, I mean, especially in my city, like it's real just white and Mexican. In the city, in the center of the city, it's all raza. And then up in the heights and stuff is the rich white people, and we always felt like we were looked down upon, and you know what I mean. So going in there and seeing this, like how they treated us in there, it was like a prideful thing, You
liked it.
Yeah, we had discipline, we had structure, we were together. Hey, you need something, here you go.
Tell me about Gallo.
It was back then. We would jump on the tier in the morning, give everyone a buenos dias. And then at night, give everyone a buenas noches. We would announce arrivals and departures. So if you had a celly that just got there, you would announce his name, his neighborhood, where he's coming from. You had a celly that left.
Here.
Everybody.
And you would be like, so having Gallo is like you're the one in charge of the announcements.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there was a guy that did the general Gallo, but then everyone else, like if it was my celly and he was just left, I would be like, hey, I'm so and so, woo, from here, and so woo woo.
Got it.
My celly just left. He going here.
Kind of like the news.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So everyone could say, track people. Oh, excuse me.
It's probably like a little nervous kind of thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's probably like a little.
My bad.
Fucking with the bottle? Yeah, he was messing with the bottle.
Nice.
Oh, you good? Oh, okay.
So yeah, that experience was cool. Chino was a whole different world, and it's crazy because I probably witnessed more things there out of my just people getting stabbed and beat up and riots like all the time right there, and everyone's just doing violations. They're doing the most a year flat, and it was the craziest place in the world. Like it was chaos for prison, because prison structure, like on GPRs, is structured.
Maybe because violations are just these fools that are just like not caring, in and out. Like these fools are just not caring. I'm gonna come back anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, so
you did 9 months. You said there.
9 months there, yeah.
And then you came home, and what happened?
I was out 17 days, and I caught my current term.
Oh my goodness. 17 days. So by now you're probably like 21.
20.
Oh shit, 20. 20.
I get a call from there's this tagging crew that used to hang out with my gang, and one of my friends, former friends from there, he calls me, and I'm like 3 days out, and he's like, hey, I need some money. I just had a son. We don't have no diapers or formula. My baby mom's tripping on me. And I was like, well, you got a ride? He's like, yeah, I could get a car. I was like, I got a gun. Like, we'll go make some money. So yeah, and I didn't even take the gun. That's the funny part. But I told him I had one. We go and we just did a stupid robbery. Robbed some guy just to get some chump change.
For diapers.
For diapers. Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least it was a good cause. Diapers.
We got away with. We didn't get arrested that day. We got away. He ends up getting arrested because they caught the license plate number and they tracked it to him, and he gave him the whole spiel.
Oh,
told him everything.
No. After you were trying to be there for him and his baby.
Mm-hmm. So they charged us with kidnapping and armed robbery. Me and my my other co-defendant at the time was 15, so he stayed good. Everything's good with him. But yeah, he was 15 years old, running around with me, and he just happened to be like a runaway, so he's staying at my house at the time. So come on, we're gonna go do this.
So that's where the kidnapping thing comes from?
No, kidnapping was I guess you move someone more than 3 feet against their will.
Oh yeah. I get it.
We grabbed the guy up.
Yeah, for sure. So what were your actual charges, and what did you get?
Kidnapping to commit robbery, armed robbery without a firearm, but with the weapon, not a firearm, and I think that was it. Those were the main charges. And a gang enhancement, Yeah, the street terrorism, the 186.22.B.
Oh.
The B, yeah.
I don't know, but...
Yeah, there's 2 different gang enhancements, so it was the B. Yeah, those are my charges. So they offered me 15 after a couple months, and going in the county. They're like, you sign this 15 years, we'll drop the kidnapping for robbery is automatic life sentence.
Oh, so you're like,
There's it's mandatory sentencing. Yeah. So I was like, facing life, like this guy's telling, they offer my co-defendant 12 years, the youngster. That's like, I had to write them. We would write 3-way letters to, homies and stuff. I wrote them like, take it, bro. Like, it's not worth getting life over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So you ended up signing for the 15 years.
For the 15 years. I go upstate. I'm up in Pelican Bay. They took me, we'll go to Wasco.
What year was this?
2000. Okay, I got arrested 2010. 2011, I was already in prison in Roscoe. I was in Roscoe about 3 months on D yard, and then A yard. Back then, A yard was only like 2 buildings, level 3, and then 3 of the buildings were reception too. So like we shared the yard with the reception. You would be like on D facility or B facility, like 6 block or 5 block. There's one building that was good. The rest were SNY on B yard. And you would spend like a month or 2, and then they'll clean out the building, and they'll send guys to A yard, and you'll sit on A yard like the last month or 2 of your reception time,
Okay.
You get shipped out.
Until you get shipped out. So you got shipped to Pelican Bay.
Got shipped to Pelican Bay, yeah.
And you were there 2012, you said?
2011. I got there April 20th, 2011.
Ah. How was that, knowing that you're going to Pelican Bay?
It was a trip because as a kid in juvenile hall, like they used to show us those scared straight videos and stuff. Like, oh, you guys want to go to Pelican Bay? And I remember raising my hand like with a couple knuckleheads, like, yeah, we want to go there with the homies, Now I'm there. And it's like, anyone that's been to Pelican Bay knows when you drive up, like it's all concrete, drab. There's no color. There's no nothing. It's rains all the time, so it's dark. We're getting off the bus, shackled, waist chains and ankle chains. The prison's on lockdown because Sureños and Norteños are at war at that time. Blacks and Woods are at war at the time. So the institution's slammed. So they escort us across the yard, chained up still off the bus to the building. And I just remember looking at the buildings like, damn, this is really prison. I thought I knew what prison was like, but this looks like
real
prison. There's fences in between the yard. There's cages all over the yard. I'm like, dang, this is crazy.
And you're 20 years old.
You could feel it. You just feel it,
The darkness of it.
Yeah, I'm 20 years old. So they put me in the cell with a little homie from Santa Monica, which was cool because when we were like on our way up, we're like, man, hopefully we're cellies. And sure enough, they put us cellies. He was young too. He's 19. So it was cool. Like, oh, two kids,
Yeah.
Going to the bay,
no, that's
chilling.
terrible.
It was. We were a handful.
I'm sure to the older guys.
Yeah. So we get there. It's locked down. I landed on B yard. In a 5 building first. We were there like a week, and then we get transferred to 8 building. I don't know why. They just moved us to 8 block. And we stood right there until 2000. Later in 2011, maybe like 5-6 months, they lift up the lockdown. They're about to start releasing everybody.
Okay, so when you first got there, you go straight to lockdown.
Yeah, straight to lockdown.
So there was like no yard, nothing.
Couldn't order a package, couldn't go to store, nothing.
So you go to prison, you're just straight lockdown. So you're like, oh shit, this is like for reals.
Yeah.
Like we ain't playing. We can't even play even if we wanted to play outside because you can't. So you just have your cellie. How was it for you? Like you're getting into your cell, like obviously there's all these cells, or I don't know how it is, right?
I was like, the cells are pretty big compared to like county jail and stuff. I was like
the guys, like you couldn't. Did you talk to the guys like through the?
Yeah, the COs were pretty cool right there. They like they had all the cell doors with locks on them, so like they couldn't accidentally open the wrong door. CO and they're pretty good about their security, so they will walk to a cell door, unlock the lock, and then have the tower open it up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So what they did is they had all the cells locked down, and they let us out to go talk to the homies real quick. And the homie called us downstairs, whoever was right there. Go talk to him at the door, introduce ourselves and all that. Like,
so everybody knows who's there, kind of vibes.
Yeah. And he explains to us, hey, we're at war with the Norteños. It's cool, respectful behind the door and all that. Just what happens if the door opens, be safe,
Yeah.
And that's about it. Just say if you guys need anything. They actually convinced the tower later that night to let us borrow a TV from one of the homies. So
that was nice.
That was
because
cool.
You guys were just barely getting there, and you guys didn't have anything.
Nothing.
Oh, that was nice. Would you say that was one of the nicest things you've experienced?
That was pretty cool. Like that was another like sign to me. Like we stick together. Like those type of things inform my values and stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm not real materialistic, but I love giving to people. I love sharing. I love just it makes me happy to make someone else happy if I can help them out,
For sure. I understand what you mean. So you're there 6 months, you're saying already. They finally let...
The lockdown's about to lift. We get the one-time aid, the war's over. If they attack you, go ahead, defend yourself, but everything's good. Cool. A-Yard, 3 of the buildings used to be AdSeg at that time. 1 building, 2 building, 3 building, 4 of them, and 4 block were all AdSeg overflow.
Okay.
So only half the yard was GP, or it's mainline, right? But they opened up 2 of the buildings, 3 and 4 block get opened up for mainline again. So they took a bunch of us from B Yard and filled up those buildings. So before the lockdown got lifted on B Yard, I got moved to A Yard. And they're like, oh, that's the land of milk and honey. A Yard's the program yard. You get to chill over there. And everyone's like, man, you guys only been here 6 months. You get to go over there. It was cool though. They were like, oh, we finally get to go to store, get a package, When we get to A Yard, we open up 3 building. And most of my time was going back and forth from A Yard to the hole and back to A Yard,
Because you were getting in fights.
Fights, batteries, stuff like that. Just getting in trouble, getting caught with weapons, stuff like that. I was from A Yard from 2012 till 2018, back and forth from AdSeg back to AR. They always kicking me back to AR.
So you were in Pelican Bay all of these years?
I stood in Pelican Bay from 2011 till right now, about 6 months before I paroled, December of 2023.
Oh, wow. So you're there with a few of my friends.
More than likely, yeah. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. I was there a long time. I spent more time in Pelican Bay than I spent anywhere else in my life. I lived there longer than anywhere else. I tell them, if I ever parole, I'm gonna be a Northern Cali native now. I don't know what Southern Cali weather is no more.
It's cold.
It rains 9 months out the year up there. It never breaches 70 degrees. That's the high. You're hot. I said, oh man, it's a hot day today, bro.
So you did a lot of schooling?
My last couple years, yeah. I got out the shoe in 2019 for stabbing. And I had got a letter from my sister, my little sister. She joined the Army, and something had happened to her out there. And it was the first time I realized that my decisions affected other people. Me being in prison actually affected other people. I used to think man, why is people complaining about being here? I'm the one doing the time. You guys are free. You guys are out there. You can do whatever you want, You're tripping on me for. You know what I mean? But that was the first time I finally realized me being in here affected other people's lives in a negative way.
So what happened? What affected her?
She was sexually assaulted, and no one was really there. So me being a big brother, that's my baby girl. That's the love of my life. I'll do anything for her. And knowing that there's nothing I could freaking do. Oh,
okay. I get it. I thought, when you said when you said something happened to her because of you, I automatically thought, oh man, is it because she has a brother
from the
in
gang?
prison?
Oh, something like that. Yeah. Okay, I get you. No, it was just,
it was just more heartful that you weren't able to be there for your little sister. Okay.
And, it just started making me think differently. On top of that, my first cellie that I told you about in Pelican Bay, he was a lifer and ended up getting his sentence commuted. He dropped points and went down south, whatever. We had split up because I'm sorry, we skipped the whole thing that happened.
Well, tell me.
In 2012, I was indicted for an incident that happened in the county jail, slicing that happened. And I was brought down and charged for attempted murder. And so I had to refight a whole new case down there in 2012.
How did you feel that when you were in Pelican Bay and you're like, oh man, and you have to travel down?
I didn't know I was going back down for the indictment. I didn't know. Another friend of mine was going to trial and I had to ask them hey, bring me down to the county so I could get some visits. I wasn't getting no visits in the Bay. So I was like, let me get some visits. I want to get some visits. Take me down to the county as a character witness. And his lawyer had contacted me and everything. Yeah, we'll bring you down.
For fun.
Cool. Yeah, for fun.
Traveling is easy. Oh, come on.
And so that's what I thought I was going down for. And I get to county, and there's like all the guys I had been fighting my case with before. Like there's like 20 of us right there. Like what the heck, from different prisons that they has filed on for different cases. And I was like, what the heck? What are we all doing down here? And we go to arraignment. All of us go to arraignment. It's different cases, but we all went to arraignment the same day. And it's like attempted murder here, assault with a deadly weapon here. We're like, what the heck? It's one of the first times that Orange County started actually filing on people for in-house cases. And they brought us down. It was like a big thing, you know? So, yeah, I went and fought that case, you know, for about 18 months in the county jail. And then
And you get to leave all your stuff up there.
And I had a package in R&R and everything, and when I came back, it was all stale, smelling like Irish Spring soap, tasted like Irish Spring soap.
All the food.
18 months just sitting there and while I was out to court.
Because you were in court for 18 months?
Yeah, fighting my case. Yeah, right before trial, I signed 20 years, another 20 years. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Because you didn't take it to trial.
No.
Oh, good.
No, I didn't take it to trial.
You would not be here probably, huh?
No, yeah, I would have lost for sure.
I feel like it's so hard to it's like so scary to even think about like, oh, I'm gonna go to trial. Like, F that. Like, if you know you're wild, bro, don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the way I looked at it back then, I always took responsibility. Like, yeah, I did it. Lucky for me, I was never the wrongly convicted, you know? That kind of sucks, being in prison for something you didn't do.
For sure.
But so I knew, like, okay, I gotten away with so much before I didn't get arrested for. And this one I did do, let me just get the best deal I can. You know, like, I'm cool with that. Like, it's good. Like, I'm good in here. I'm cool. I just want to be able to have maybe a chance of going home. Even though I had a date, though, I never really thought I was ever going to go home.
Because it was like, you felt like it was like so long.
So long, and I knew myself. I figured
Even
I
though,
was
like, honestly, like, time flies.
Oh, yeah, it feels like yesterday.
I mean, literally, it was yesterday, bro. Because 15 days ago, it was like yesterday in the real world.
Well, those 15 years, after the first 5 years, a year would go by. I'd be like, what the heck? We're in another year? Like, it's Christmas time again?
Yeah, it goes so fast.
So fast.
So, tell me, what did you do to pass time? Obviously, the time goes by. So, obviously, well, not obviously. I know, like, in Pelican Bay, there's a lot of, like, schooling.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There's a lot of that stuff going on there. Obviously, it's, like, a lot of other stuff, but it's more, like
it's changed now. Pelican Bay's changed a lot, and there's a purpose behind it. A lot of the fellas wanted to change the narrative about Pelican Bay. So Pelican Bay can be cool and chill and program. Then, you know, individuals that are doing the work of rehabilitating themselves deserve to go home, you know? That's how laws get changed. That's how legislators listen to our stories. You know what I mean? And so there's a purpose behind all that. You know, it was a real concerted effort. Like, hey, go to college, go to programs, do this.
Were you there when Kim went up there?
Yeah, I met her. I was one of the few that got to meet her, actually, like, sat with her.
So you know my friend Snapper?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
He just got shipped. He got shipped on not too long ago, too.
Where?
I don't know exactly, to be honest. I mean, I could just... They told me,
find out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know. That's cool. Yeah, that was cool. The COs were tripping, though, when she got there. They, like, made her wear a trench coat, and they were, like, all following her and stuff, like 13 IGIs following her, making sure, like, you know, she was cool. Such a cool person, though. Like, personality, like, she really cared. I remember seeing, like, on TV, like, she just, like, is popular now to defend inmates and justice reform. But no, she really, like, told us, like, if I could give you my number personally, I'd give it to you guys. And they're tripping, you know. I don't care. I'll get in trouble. They're not gonna mess with me, but
for sure.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know.
That's nice.
She was really, really cool. Really, really cool. Scott Budnick and AR.
Oh, how does she smell?
She's small. She's really short, but she's like, it's not filtered. She's really, like, smooth skin.
Pretty,
yeah. She's just a cool personality. Like, the way the show portrays the Kardashian family, she's really smart, really cool person. Yeah, really, really big heart, you know? So that was a cool experience. And then Tobey Maguire went with her too. It's the original Spider-Man. So we got to meet him too. And a bunch of other good people that do justice reform. So I guess the way they decided who was going to get to meet them was they went through all the records of, like, who was there on the yard and who had done the most programming in the last couple years. And so, yeah, I had completed every program that Pelican Bay could have. In the last 5 years of my sentence, I just started to, when I got out of the SHU in 2019, I was like, I'm going to go to school. I'm gonna do it, you know, like, I'm going to make it happen. So then I did.
Because what about the guys? Like obviously the older guys are you guys now, right? But when you first got there, like the older guys were they like nice to you guys as far as like, hey, and here we do this like this, and we try to be. You get what I'm saying, right? Like more I mean, everywhere you go is structure, right? But like more.
Yeah, for sure. And prison was different back then too. After 2015, though, after the hunger strikes,
you were there for the hunger strikes.
Oh yeah, I brought the write up.
Tell me about. I know because you did bring your paperwork.
Yeah, I did bring my paperwork. We're not showing it on here.
Yeah,
but
we don't need to show it, guys. But we saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was in the hunger strike in 2013. I was in A yard on 6th building. Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did it go for you? Like, how did you survive? Were you like obviously like you couldn't eat their food?
We tried to save. We planned it for weeks, but right day before, a couple of days before it started, they came in and hit every building, every cell, ripped open mattresses because people were stashing peanut butters and soups in the mattresses. Took everything.
Oh, that sucks. Even your personal. Food. They
would bag it and they'd take it to the office, and whenever you were done hunger striking, you get your stuff back. And they were tricking people too, so they like other races that didn't participate in the hunger strike, if they like offered a soup or something and they would catch you fishing it in, well, you're not a hunger strike participant no more, your hunger strike's over. So to keep the numbers down, yeah, you ate. They would mark it because it was a big thing in the news and all that. The numbers, they were trying to take the numbers down so it didn't look so popular, and that's how they were doing it. But yeah.
How long did you go without eating? I mean, obviously you ate a little bit, right?
We drank water and like passed out like little like squeezes of peanut butter and stuff like that, Yeah, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. Then there's people that went longer, and I tip my hat to them. Yeah.
How long did you go though? You didn't tell me.
Oh. we went 15 days in our building. Yeah.
Bro, you're probably like.
I was balled up in a low fetal position after like a couple days.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't move, no energy.
I'm glad you guys didn't make you guys work out. That would have been super bad.
Sweat it out, homie. No.
Love that. Love the humor. You know what I'm saying? Like, might as well. That's all we could do. Like
that's all we can do. Yeah, make the best of it.
So, damn, 15 days, bro. I can't even go fucking 24 hours.
No more. I can't either.
God, I need a Dios,
I'm not gonna lie though, it changed me. Like it really changed. Like I used to be able to eat so much, but now my stomach, like I just can't. I don't know if it's prison in general or if it was that, but I feel like ever since then I just couldn't eat the way I used to. Like I'll eat something and it'll get me full right away. It gets me full right. They buy me these big plates from these restaurants now, and I'm like eating half of it. Baby. Yeah. I can't finish it, But yeah.
That's good though. Keeps you a little, you want to gain out of that weight.
Yeah,
You got homie, doesn't mean you're gonna get all chubbies. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Yeah,
Especially if you're gonna be working out here.
Oh, it's hard. I haven't done one workout since I've been out.
Programming, get him.
Yeah, calentada real quick. No. It's so fast out here. Like life is like boom. There's constantly something. I didn't understand that in there. I mean, you get the conception of it, but you don't really understand that people's lives are really moving out here.
Like when that's what I was gonna say. Like when you're in there, you're like, hey, you're trying to reach out to people. And you're like, bro, you don't understand. Life goes by so fast. Like I'm sorry, like this is me. Like I'm sorry, Dick, but shit, I thought it was yesterday. Well, that's just like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. So you're in there. You're now you're going to school, and you're probably more calm than how you started.
Yeah, for sure. The first 10 years was chaos. The last 5 years I was chill. Yeah,
I get it.
I'm who I am, but
you gotta do what you gotta do no matter what.
But my focus was to go to college, go to rehabilitative classes, and I got my AA degree in liberal arts. I mean, it was the easiest one to get, but it was cool. I got it. I earned my certificates, and I really found myself. I started being able to understand why I made decisions that I made in my life, understanding where the triggers were, stuff like that, and
So you really worked on yourself.
yeah, I started believing in myself, having confidence in myself. Like I'd accomplish something, get the certificate. I'd be like, dang, like I'd be so excited, a cheesy little certificate. I'd be like,
It's not
heck
cheesy.
yeah.
That's just amazing.
It was cool. It would be like, I would be really excited, like proud of myself. You know what I mean?
You should, as you should. You know, as you should. You should still be proud of yourself.
I am.
So, how did you come home?
So originally, last year, SB 775, which is the felony murder rule and the natural and probable consequences for attempted murder, were changed in California. The penal code was changed on how you could convict someone for attempted murder or murder as an aider and abetter. So if there was no direct proof of who a shooter was or who the actual perpetrator was, and they don't have no direct proof on who it was, and actual evidence, not witness testimony, but like some direct evidence, a camera or something like that, they couldn't convict you of first degree.
Yeah, because
anything.
humans could just say whatever they want.
Right. Same with the natural and probable consequences goes to intent. So to prove first degree murder or first degree attempted murder, they have to prove that you had the intent to kill. People die as a result of all kinds of things. You could go do a robbery and they wrestle the gun, it goes off, someone dies. Before, everyone that's there is going down for the murder. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But, even the shooter may not have the intention for someone to die.
Yeah.
So natural and probable consequences was basically them reading your mind. They're telling the jury, he's smart, he's not crazy, he's mentally capable to understand having a deadly weapon. A natural and probable consequence of that, pulling that trigger or using that knife, is that someone's gonna die. So he had the intent to kill, and they could prove it back then. Now they can't use that. There has to be some type of proof, like text, hey, yeah, we're gonna go kill this guy right now,
For
or
sure.
a phone conversation.
Because now they have all that technology where they could use, like, against you.
Yeah, you never know what someone's only the person that's knows your intents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't just try to say like, yeah, he wanted to kill, he's a cold-blooded killer.
full chill.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So the law changed, which was lucky for me. I filed the paperwork. I got denied right away at first. Orange County denied me without a hearing, without a lawyer. I went to the appeals courts. And the three judges, I think it was about 18 months later, the three judges in the appeal courts, granted, they're like, look, we're not saying you have to let him go. We're not saying you have to resentence him, but you at least have to give him a hearing, a chance.
Yes.
There's nothing that we can see that proves that he doesn't qualify. He's here for attempted murder. He was convicted. Like, give him a chance to prove whether...
He's been there for so long already.
Yeah, so they let me go back. And I've got my attempted murder dropped to assault with a deadly weapon. I was resentenced. I thought I was going home that day, July 24, 2023. I got resentenced. I thought I was going home that day. CDC, I told my lawyer, like, he's time served, he's good. Well, they sent me back upstate for in-house cases that I had caught. I had some extra time to do for in-house cases. So I got up there and I started doing research in the law library about my first case, getting busted for the possession of a loaded firearm. They had charged me with a gang enhancement back then. I signed a deal for a gang enhancement to get the 16 with half, because possession of a loaded firearm is not a strikeable offense. They were thinking ahead when they had me sign it, and I'm a dumb kid, just 16 with half, let me sign it.
Yeah.
The gang enhancement makes it a strikeable offense, but I was arrested by myself. In 2012, the California Supreme Court ruled under the Rodriguez case, that a gang member being arrested by himself cannot be convicted of a gang enhancement.
Because you're alone.
You're alone. So you're not benefiting members of the gang. You're not promoting you're just by yourself. Even if you're a documented active gang member, you cannot be convicted of, or at least of the 186.22A.
I understand.
And that's what they had charged me with. So I hit up my public defender, the one that that got my attempted murder reduced, and I told her, like, hey man, I seen this, is there any way we can file? I did the research, but I didn't know how to
present it,
how to write it, how to get into court. And she went against, like, she wasn't even supposed to do that. Like, it's not her job to do this for me. She represented me for that. I'm in prison now. She's no longer my lawyer, but she did it on her own time. Wrote a habeas corpus up for me, got me back in, attacked my 5-year enhancement on my robbery case, the nickel prior enhancement, saying that it derived from that that gang enhancement, and I got everything overturned.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I found out 5 days before I came home that I was coming home.
And you came home
May
15
28th.
15 days ago.
May 28th, yeah.
And how do you feel?
Right now, it still feels like a dream. It feels like a dream. It's been, you know, but there's so many cool experiences too. Like, I'm just soaking it in. At first,
Take it slow.
yeah.
Take it slow. Tell me about your shirt you're wearing.
Oh, the shirt, Stay Real. So, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that see this that know me from TikTok and stuff, from my brother filming me eating my first cheeseburger when I got out.
I saw it.
It went viral.
I saw your videos.
Yeah, went viral. So, you know, we seen that it went viral in like couple of days. There's like millions of views. We're like, man, we gotta like take advantage of this. So I'm still looking for a job. I was looking for a job, you know, going to the county building, getting my EBT, like trying to find resources for myself.
Of course.
I've been away for so long.
Why not?
Yes.
It's there. Why not?
Why not? You know, I want to contribute back to society. I want to do it right this time. For the first time, I want to actually try to do it right, you know, and do it right. So
And you will.
I asked social media, hey, can you guys help me out? You guys got any resources? You know, you guys want to support me in any way? I'm living on my brother's couch. You know, I don't have a job yet, but I want to work. I'm eager. And we got a lot of comments about like, oh, you're asking for handouts. People work hard for their stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? Cool, bet. You know, I'm not just doing this to get nothing from nobody. I just want to work. I want to do it good this time. So my brother invested and got me these t-shirts made. We were like, man, let's do something where we can give back to those that do want to help me out. Like for whatever reason, there's a lot of people out there that want to see me do good, and I don't know who they are, but they're showing me a lot of love.
That's what matters.
And it's cool.
It's always the people that you don't know.
And it's amazing. So I feel that I was like, man, I want to give something to them. I want to give something to them to like, you know, like, thank you for all the love and stuff. So we made these t-shirts, and like, instead of asking for a handout, you want to support me, here, buy a t-shirt, you know? And we got all these printed. They're called Stay Real. Mine says my name, MK the Real, but on theirs it'll say Stay Real, Stay Righteous. We felt like it was a positive message to tell people. And yeah, so if anybody wants to get a t-shirt, wants to help support me.
We're going to put your Instagram there stuff, so.
Yeah, check me out. It's only been 15 days, like I said. You know, it's been 15 days I've been out. So.
And what else? What do you want to do? I know that's a lot.
Honestly, all this like attention, I'm not really like, that's not my thing, you know.
Take it slow. Take it, because it is overwhelming. Take it slow. It really, you know, when people say one day at a time, it really is one day at a time. And for me, I feel like, don't pretend like you're in jail, obviously.
Yeah.
But to a form, still kind of like program the same, so that, because that's what's kept you sane this whole time. Don't just be on your program. Be on your time. Don't rush, because if you rush, it's going to overwhelm you, and it's scary.
It is. It
you
is.
know, it's scary.
I'm lucky though. I got
you're
good
blessed.
people behind me, keeping
like
me.
myself. I've been out since 2012.
Oh wow.
I just barely feel I'm where I'm supposed to be. And it's been it's been a gang of years
That's
already.
A lot of years, yeah.
I barely feel where I'm supposed to be, because it's hard out here, you know, and you don't have children, so that's like a super plus. It really is, believe it or not. You know, it really is, because now you just have to focus on you and what you want, what you need to do. You obviously, you know, you said you went to Homeboy Industries,
yeah. Trying to ask if, you know, they could help out with a job and stuff like that. But me and my brother, we just sit in the apartment. Like we make, I make music.
Okay, so you like music.
Yeah, I love music. Me and my brother have been rapping since we were kids.
Okay, so tell me more about this. Tell me more about this.
Honestly, I got into it just on some gangbanging stuff, just to write some music for my homies to bump, you know. But everyone's always told me, like, you got so much talent, you need to like really take it serious. And I never. My friend that's here right now, he tried to get me into a club. He was gonna pay a bunch of money for me to open up in a club, and I was like, man, I'm not a rapper. Like, I just rap, but I'm not a rapper. You know, I do this for my people. That's not my thing. But all those years in there, writing my lyrics, and it was a way for me to express everything I went through, to tell my life story, to put a light on my experiences, and it was therapeutic. It's really therapeutic for me. And
yeah, you know, people say, right, get your diary, girls, right? Get your diary.
Your journal.
There it is, your journal. Like, you write down what you feel.
In the car right now, we got a whole bag of lyrics on paper from prison, just writing them down. And my brother's really amazing, making beats, so talented, self-taught. Like, he makes beats, he's perfects everything. And so yeah, I'd like, why not? I mean, I see other homies coming out from prison and they're being successful in the music industry, and I feel like I have the talent to get in it, you know, so why not?
Why not? We only have one life.
Yeah.
And just stay focused. I guess that's the main thing, you know, and you don't use drugs.
No.
So that's the main thing. Because I feel like that's what sets people back. What sends people back to prison is not even the gang. Because it's not even, you know, like, obviously, like, we know you're not going to go right on walls, bro. You're not.
Straight up, no.
You know, you're not.
No.
Like, you're not a teenager anymore.
Drugs brings you around it's the people you're around, you know, that are going to kind of dictate where you're gonna go in life. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
And so you're around drug users. I mean, they have no thought of what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Even in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Even in there.
For sure. And I went through that journey myself. I was a drug user for a long time, and I went through my ups and downs, you know. But I understand now that's who you're around with is gonna help you or not. And I want to surround myself with successful people that are being successful now, that have been through struggle, brought themselves up, and you know, so that way I can emulate them. You know what I mean? I can learn their skills and what they used out here, because I've never been free. I think tomorrow, the next day will be I match my longest time out, you know?
Yes.
So I'm gonna be learning it, yeah.
Good.
You know?
Well, keep going.
Thank
Keep
you.
going. That's all we could do, right? And
Yeah.
you're not gonna go back. I feel like I feel in my heart, bro. Like, seriously, like, I know, like, I don't, you know, I know, like, I just feel like you're not, bro.
Thank you.
And we gotta claim that shit. We ain't going back.
Yeah, there's so many people, so much talent in there, so many people that may never get the opportunity, and I get calls all the time from them on the, you know, GTL and all that stuff.
And we love them. We love them. And unfortunately, they don't have the chance.
I'm living this for them, you know?
Yes.
They tell me that all the time. Don't come back, bro.
Because there's differences.
Live it for us. Yeah.
There's differences between going in and out, in and out, in and out. From you going to jail when you're young, doing all those years, and you don't have that chance to come home. They want you to come home. It's the ones that are in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, the ones that they know they ain't gonna come home. They're like, go home, baby. Don't come back.
I got my chance to come home again.
Yes.
And like, I just met a childhood friend yesterday. So everyone that's been my childhood friend, they're like, I thought I was never going to see you again. I thought I was never going to see you again. Like, and now I get to see everybody, and it feels good. And I like, yeah, that I'm soaking in for those guys that don't get that chance, you know, for sure.
Nice.
And I thank everybody. Thank you guys for letting me on this interview.
No, thank you for like wanting to come on my channel and share.
Yeah.
You know, I really mean that.
You guys have a platform that's, you know, gets to tell people stories and shine a light on, like, you know, just because guys are in there, people make mistakes, doesn't mean that's who they are as people. They can change, you know?
That's right. That's right. Well, again, thank you for coming on my channel.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want to share that you haven't shared?
No, I just want to say, you know, I love you guys in there. Keep your heads up. And for kids that, you know, like, that are going down the wrong path and everything, just to think twice, you know, and to look around and look at your family, look at your loved ones, and soak that in, you know, like that's where it counts.
Yes.
Someone loves you, you're worth something, and love yourself enough to do good, you know?
Yes.
That's it.
Dope. I love that. Wait, really quick. Tell me about you fucking driving for the first time. And I told my husband, I was like, baby, even learned to drive his first time in a Tesla.
My brother's business partner, she owns a Tesla, so he's like, come on, man, you gotta drive already, like, you gotta get in. So you know, he wanted me to do that one, the Tesla, because I guess when you lift off the brake or it automatically stops, you know. So it was cool, and he's pumping me up. I'm in there going slow, and he's like, punch it. We go.
Oh, hell no. You know, he shouldn't even be teaching you. He should not be teaching you.
I mean, I drove twice already. It was I'm 35 years old, never driven before, so it's kind of scary, but it's fun. It was fun. It was fun.
Broke her gas door.
Oh yeah, so you know, I don't know how everything works now. Before you just open up the gas tank, right? Like and put. I'm like, hey, it does like. What's going on? It's not opening. And she's like, go to the other side, honey. And I go to the other side. I'm ripping. I don't know my strength. Sometimes, boom.
Chill, Buffy.
We looked it up. It's like a $300 part. Like,
it
oh,
is.
wow. Guys, push
Push the button.
the button.
Dope. Love it. I love it. You're learning.
I'm learning. Yeah, I'm learning.
You're learning, and it's good.
It is. It's cool. It's
Enjoy every minute of it.
God's good.
Obviously, days.
yeah, of course. There's going to be days.
Oh, for sure, a lot of them. But doesn't matter because you're a free man.
I'm free.
And that's what we prayed for. All those years, all those days, that's what we prayed for. I just want to be out there and feel this and feel this. Feel it.
Yeah.
Feel it and accept it and keep going.
Heck yeah.
You know?
Heck
You got
yeah.
this. Yes,
Thank you.
love it.
Thank you.
Well, again, thank you for coming on Indicted TV.
Okay, thank you.
Can't wait to hear your music.
Thank
We're gonna
you.
share your music too.
For those want a t-shirt, hit us up. Directed by Smitty on IG. We got all sizes. We got different colors, white, black
Oh, and
t-shirts.
he's good at promoting it all. Damn, you're natural.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I might be in a horror film soon. My brother wrote a horror
Wait,
film.
Take it easy. Wait, take it easy. Let's take it easy.
Trying to, just testing it all, see where I fit in the world, you know? See
For
where
sure, I get it. For sure. Well, again, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys again.
Of course. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.